Hi guys, welcome to Buzzing on Relufe TV, where we talk about every story trending on the streets of social media. My name is Adrina and I'm about to take you on one gossip experience. This week has been quite hectic. We've had heartbreaks from lovers, heartbreak from work colleagues, heartbreak from twins. I mean, family members are not even left out of the group chat of heartbreaks. Like, it touched everybody, literally. So, starting from the heartbreak of family members, Psqaure from the Psqaure group has come out to talk about how he owns the name Psqaure, because people have been asking him, oh, why have you not dropped that name since you've left the group, since you guys are no longer together? And he says, oh, he formed the name is his own, it is his identity, and that he doesn't have if he's not dropping it, he's not dropping it, nothing is going to happen, right? And then, you know, it's how social media is. So many people continue to ask about what's going on, why did you let a woman into your midst, and this and that, and he came out again to say that no, this has nothing to do with a woman. This is something that has happened 20 years ago while we were growing up and all of that. He kept talking about how someone kept stealing from him, his identity, his ideas, and this kind of thing. I want to read some of the things he actually said. This is what he said. He said, before you drag any woman into this, no woman directed or advised anyone to steal from what I worked over the years. Stop pushing that narrative to suit your agenda. It just clearly explains that, or rather, he's just expressing himself that no woman was involved. So this did not have to do with women, this, and that. It was a personal decision that he thought about before speaking about it. So he also said, none of us were even married 20-something years ago when this whole betrayal and stealing started. I said what I said. You guys, you know that Psqaure used to be a team many years ago. I mean, I watched them, I listened to their music growing up. It was so beautiful. And suddenly we started seeing them having issues. The twins were having issues. Their manager, their elder brother was their manager. They were also having issues with him. And it just became something that felt unreal, something that felt like there was meant to be a reason to resolve the matter. Just kept prolonging and prolonging and prolonging. And this is 2026, and it still seems like there is no room for reconciliation. That's quite pathetic, but I just really wish everybody all the best. I mean, family members, friends, sometimes you can just compromise to live together in peace and harmony. It's not really so hard to believe, right? Not everybody is perfect. There's no perfect human. Even the people that you've left, even after you left the group, I don't know, I feel like they've not done so well. If both of them were still together, they should have been receiving Grammy Awards by now, because that was a beautiful team. But regardless, they're out. Somebody is still pushing the narrative that he's not interested in reconciliation. Everything is just still dramatic as it is. But yeah, that's the story from Peter and Paul Psqaure. Very quickly, we move to Toyin Abraham, Funke Akindele, and Psqaure. Last week, Abike came out with a video talking about the issues she had with Toyin Abraham. Not issues, basically. She was explaining, you know, how she met Toyin, how she met Funke, how their relationship had been over the years and the like. So she cleared the air about Toyin not buying her a machine, and she claimed how she met Funke Akindele before meeting Toyin Abraham, how all she was just doing was her job, but then the internet had a way of just, you know, giving them a different narrative. So apparently, Psqaure was in a movie for Toyin Abraham, and at the same time, she got a PR box from Funke Akindele to help promote her movies. You know how they usually do it when movies come out, get a PR box, show it, just tell people to come and do this, do that, you know, turn up for my movie here and there, how we usually see them do on TikTok, Instagram, and the likes. And according to her, she said she had a conversation with Toyin Abraham earlier, before that time, about supporting other people's movies. And Toyin was like, oh, it's not a big deal. I mean, even one post will not hurt. You're not in the movie doesn't mean you cannot support the movie. We're all in the industry together, and we can all, you know, do well to just support ourselves. That was why Abike said she took the PR box when Funke Akindele sent it to her manager, that was eventually delivered to her. But the fact that she promoted Funke Akindele's movie, while in Toyin Abraham's movie, did not sit well with Toyin Abraham. So they started having issues. You know, she told her to delete all the posts that she had on that movie. The movie at that time was Malaika. She told her to delete all the posts she had on Malaika on her page. You know, she just kept telling her of things that it was just dramatic, right? So she had to tell her to delete it. So they started having issues from that time. According to her, she said she tried as much as possible to apologize to her and just so that they get back on good terms as they used to be. They were so close that she would just call her, oh, come to my house. She goes, they do TikTok videos together. You know, it was that mommy-daughter relationship thing that they had until she had to promote Funke's movie and Toyin was not happy about that. And so, you know, things like that started going on and going on and going on. She also gave a story of how she had helped her to promote a movie that she thought she was in it for 2 cents, and eventually Toyin Abraham had deleted the scenes without even telling her. And she told her friends to come for the premiere. They promoted the movie together for free, she and her friends, you know, being so happy that she's starring in a movie, and then only for her to discover that the scenes that she was in were deleted and she wasn't even told. Like, the movie, they edited the video, premiered the video was in cinemas, and she still had no idea that her scene was not there. So people kept asking her, oh, I did not see you. She's like, no, don't worry, I'm there. Maybe you guys did not watch it well, right? Until she actually took her time to watch this movie and figured out that her scene was deleted. Eventually, she asked the Abraham, she's like, oh yeah, sometimes the editor said this scene was not important, so that's why it was deleted. And I went for premiere. And I brought all my friends, and everybody was happy that I'm there. And you couldn't even tell me, right? So they've been having these back-to-back issues here and there for years. Over the years, this gist I'm just giving you that I've summarized for you is about 6-7 years stuff that has happened that I just summarized here. So that's like the backstory of Abike, Toyin Abraham, and Funke Akindele. Apparently, Funke has nothing to do with her. She hasn't really worked with Funke, even if she was asked to be in Funke's movie at the time, but then she turned it down because it was clashing with the same period that she was going to be on Toyin Abraham's movie. So she just had to pick one, and she picked Toyin Abraham's movie. And, you know, the only relationship they had again was when she had to do the PR for her. And also she said she had auditioned for being a host for Scene One TV at the time. So that's actually where she met Funke Akindele. So which means that they don't have a personal relationship. It's just like work here and there. And Toyin Abraham doesn't like the fact that they have that, or she's not comfortable with the fact that you can be working here and be working here at the same time. So, you know, it was just so much, and there was so much to say. Toyin Abraham eventually replied and said that, oh, since she got 1 billion, she never rests, which means that they're dragging her because of 1 billion. I don't think so, because the evidence, the stuffs, because she even brought out chats of how she kept begging, how she kept saying, and she just told her, if you don't want me to destroy your life, you would delete everything. You know, it just made it look like she was a bad person. It was just so, but then you and I know that the reason for this rift is because of the person she supported. If it was someone else she supported, if it was someone else she promoted their movie, maybe Uzo or somebody else, just a random producer, some out of the blues, I don't think the issue will be this hectic. It just takes us back to the last time when they had the event and Toyin Abraham was beating Funke Akindele and she did not ask. So which means that this is their beef, not be today. It's something that has been growing over the years, and both of them are not even ready to release it, because right now it has gone from me tackling you, I'm tackling anybody that wants to have an association with you and myself at the same time. It's such a terrible situation. But let me know what you think. I know you've seen the videos where Abike Sugar came out to talk about this situation. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Do you think she lied about it? Do you think she should have exonerated herself from the situation? Do you think that she should have acted more? I mean, I feel like she acted in the most mature way that she could have, because most of the decisions she made, she didn't make it on her own. She kept asking her mom and her manager, right? And apologizing was the best thing to do at that time. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was going to get to you, and I've apologized, right? So let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think that Toyin Abraham's reaction was too much? Do you think Funke Akindele did it on purpose? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Nollywood Yoruba star Mr. Bolaji Amusan, popularly known as Mr. Latin, has just gotten another degree from Open University. He came online to share the good news that he just got a BSc in Peace and Conflict. That's so beautiful. I mean, he's an elderly person and he still insisted on going to school. And he came out to say it is better late than never. And of course, trust the people of social media. They flooded his DM with congratulatory messages, wishing him all the best. And you know, and I'm sure that this that is something that will stand out for this new generation as a motivation to show that it is better you do it. There's really nothing like late. There's nothing like it don't pass. If you do it, it will still pay you no matter your age, no matter anything. But then, this is Mr. Latin that we know. He has given us so much reasons to smile over the years. He has been a source of joy to so many families, so many lives. And then here he is now being a motivation to the new generation. Just speaking that things can be done and it can be done well, no matter how far it takes you. So it's usually not how far, but how well. I hope everybody on social media takes this as a reminder that things can, there's really nothing like too late. It's just better that you do it once and for all. It's better that you get it done, even if you think that age is no longer on your side. It is better you get it all. So all of us at Relufe TV are saying congratulations to Mr. Latin. Thank you so much for putting so much smiles on our faces, and thank you so much for being a motivation to your generation, our generation, and many other generations to come. We really, really do appreciate you. There's a story currently trending on X about a young boy named Musa that killed his mom because of an inheritance of $40 million. I mean, it's an inheritance he got from his dad, and he was trying to take possession of it, but his mom refused because, you know, she's still alive, and then she still thinks he's a young person to handle such amounts of money. And he went ahead to murder his mom in the house and left her corpse there. I mean, he was still going out and coming in like looking what's happening. The neighbors started getting funny smell, and then they reported to the police officer. The police officer drove in, and he wasn't around at that time when they came in. They waited for him to come back. They took him into the house, and then they saw his mother's corpse. She's been there for 3 days. And then he would come in, wake up, go out, just leave the mother's corpse there. He didn't even, like, there was no succor. You killed somebody, you killed your mother, and you don't even feel bad. You leave her corpse in the house because of inheritance. Now you take the money, you take the car, and you're living the kind of life that you want, and you don't even think it is right for you to find a way to bury her. This generation is getting alarming. I mean, the number of things that we hear, the number of things that happen, this particular one, I don't think is normal. I think there are some spiritual forces that are enabling this one, because nobody in their right senses will kill somebody and still feel nonchalant. Or better still, I think nobody in their right senses will kill somebody and still feel nonchalant about the situation. The police have taken him into their custody now, and there's some questions and some investigations are going ahead. But that doesn't change the fact that this man or this young boy killed his mom because of inheritance. Inheritance that, if not managed properly, he will lose everything and go back to being a pauper. Inheritance that, if you don't have the ability to actually manage money and do some money management skills, you will go broke in months, in years, and then you kill somebody, a person that you cannot build, a person that you cannot create. You kill the person. Worst case scenario is that this person is the person that brought you to life, your mother. I think his penalty should just be death by hanging, because he doesn't have any conscience. Yeah. If he could kill his mother, he could definitely kill any other person. If he has a business partner that's, you know, just tries anything funny or just tries to stop him from doing what is right or what is wrong, he can go ahead to kill. I personally think this guy should just go by death by hanging. No too much story, no too much stress. Let's just, since he wants to eradicate people, let's help him. Or better still, life imprisonment. Okay, yeah, the Bible says we should not kill. So yes, life imprisonment is just better. Let's him stay there. Let's him just live there under security, under security, because he can also kill 1 or 2 people in the gang. So they should ensure and endeavor that he's just locked up somewhere with proper security guards monitoring him so that he doesn't do worse things. Because this kind of person should not be allowed to walk on the streets of Lagos, walk on the street of the earth, because he's really deadly. Still in the spirit of celebration, actress Inidima Okoje of The Chocolate Love Story has just announced that she has welcomed her baby, and she has put it on Instagram and trust social media. Everybody has been there sending comments, congratulatory messages, and the likes. And we at Relufe is wishing Ini the best in this new regime of her life, because it's a new one. She's now a mother, having to cater for herself, her child. This new dispensation, I just wish her all the best, and we're saying congratulations to her family, sending them all the love in the world. You people should do justice in the comment section. Send messages to Ini, tell her congratulations, wish her all the best and this new motherhood journey that she has begun. Next up is a story about a man and his wife. that his father, that's the groom's father, sponsored them abroad through the study route. You know how it's done. There's a part of, they do part payments from here before they travel, and then when they get there, they work to pay back the balance. When the man traveled, he was like, oh, he doesn't really like the whole scenario, and he doesn't think the travel route, he doesn't think the jack buying, right, is really worth it. I'm trying to narrate the whole story. It's like a whole summary, but I'm just trying to summarize to give you. He was like, he doesn't even think it's worth it, so he was just working on getting himself and his wife out of that country to another country. So he wasn't even paying back his school tuition fee. He wasn't paying up. He just left everything that way. So all the money he was getting, he was using it to process another country and also building a business in Nigeria. He started a travel agency business in Nigeria. So all the money he had, he was just putting them to other things and not bothering about paying back his tuition fee. His friend tried to advise him that, oh, that's a bad idea. You don't have to do that. Complete one first. Get your stay, then start things well. But he insisted and he was adamant about it. And he said he wanted to do what he wanted to do. He knew what he was doing. So let me read the part of the story. I'm trying to just summarize the first part of the story. I'll read the concluding part of the story and what happened to him and his wife eventually. So apparently, our guy had traveled to Nigeria in April 2024, and while he was there, he lost his BRP and hadn't done his e-visa yet. To do your e-visa, you need either your BRP or passport, but I think he probably did not know as at then. So he reached out to the Home Office so they could replace the lost BRP. Remember that he had started his own travel agency in Nigeria, and he traveled to Nigeria to see how things were going, leaving his wife abroad. Now, for whatever reason, the Home Office tried to confirm if they had been cooperating with the terms of their visa, only for them to realize they hadn't paid a dime out of the remaining fees since they arrived. And even the wife has been working beyond the 20-hour limit that her visa permitted. Home Office refused to issue the BRP and cancelled their visa. Husband has been in Nigeria since then. Wife has overstayed and has now become illegal and can now only work with cash in hand. I feel so pained. What do you mean you had an opportunity to relocate amongst your many siblings and decided to blow it off on this kind of thing? This was just a mere story of greed, selfishness, and lack of focus. Because God has helped you. You got somebody, your father sponsored this journey for you. You got there and decided to mess things up because you think you're a bad guy and you can beat the system. Your visa clearly stated that you went through the study route. Now you got there, you decided not to pay your tuition fee, you decided to start building on something else, and then you didn't even calm down. You left the city. You did not get your BRP, you did not get your card, nothing. You just left as a bad guy that you are. And now everything has bounced. It was his friend that was narrating the story. I just had to summarize. I didn't want to read out and it's a very long story, right? His wife has reached out to the friend a couple of times to borrow money and that they did not refund. And he has seen her on the road to ask her, how are your husband? I've not heard from him. He's fine. That's all she has said. Before he eventually saw another mutual friend that both of them had that now narrated the story to him. Nigerians, if you have the opportunity to travel to a new system, don't beat the system. Don't think you have the knowledge and you have the ability to do things that are wrong. Don't think you can be smart. Don't think you are Baba and Oba, literally. You're not Oba and Oba. You should just do things normally. I think it pays everybody better when things are done how it should be done, right? Now, he lost his visa. His wife lost his visa. I'm very sure his company in Nigeria is not enough to give him the good life that he would have liked to live. Now he has gone from 1,000 to 0, all because he's just a very manipulative person that brought a dirty attitude from Nigeria to another country. This should be a lesson to everybody that is jackpotting, planning to jackpot, intending jackpots. If you ever have a reason or an opportunity to get to another country or a new role or a new position, just make the best use of it. Don't bring your bad habits from other places to come and put in this one. A word they say is enough for the wise. Now, this is not even the government. This is individual. Imagine we have 20 people like this that keep doing this kind of things. They will ban Nigerians from going to that kind of country. Thank you very much. Please, let everybody be guided and know what they're doing. Moving to the Nigerian OAP who has gone on the podcast Honest Bunch to talk about his wife. There are many years of living together and many years of not living together, the problem they've had. Bobby Echo. The story has been quite dramatic, quite triggering, quite emotional, quite sad, quite wicked. I mean, the story has had its own turn. There's been so many things, but bear in mind that we've not heard a statement from his wife. We've not gotten her own point of view. We don't know how it happened. He has just come to explain his own side of the story, and his own side of the story was quite pathetic. You know, women should not be in the position to make men weep and cry. Love is supposed to be a choice. It's not supposed to be forced. It's not supposed to be sad. It's supposed to be interesting. It's supposed to be something that you enjoy. But this particular love story had cola nuts, had everything bad in it. It was really bitter. He said so much about the marriage, how he kept sending money to her when she wasn't in the country, how she didn't give him access to being with her, you know, in the room and those other stuff. I mean, there was just so much to say, so much to talk about. He shared so much, and I'll be discussing in details what actually transpired between himself and his wife. Bear in mind that this is just Bobby's view. We've not heard anything from his wife, Mayowa, yet. So don't go anywhere. Join me on Entertainment Scoop. So now on Entertainment Scoop, we're talking about Bobby and his wife, Mayowa. While we have not still heard anything from her, but then old videos of her talking about relationship, marriages have resurfaced. There's a video where she talks about how, for her, she doesn't fall in love. She drowns in love. And then the moment she doesn't love anymore, she's done. She cuts out. She's out. You know, there's really nothing that happens. And while Bobby was sharing the story on the podcast, he shared the message of how she said, she was really done with the marriage. She was tired. You know, she was done. The guy is just deceiving himself and things like that. There were screenshots like that he shared on the podcast. So now the screenshots and what she had a video of her before, it's kind of tallying. She spoke about how once she's out of love, she's out of love. There's really nothing that can happen. But it seems like she was out of love and she just kept leading him on. But she mentioned it a couple of times that she was tired. But I don't think Bobby was calm enough to really understand what he said. Bobby went ahead to talk about how, Timmy Dakolo had helped him through this period, kept sending videos of how he should, of how he can come out of heartbreaks, this, that. He was even going on a trip one time and then he took him along with him and he made money from that trip as well. He said he just got the mic for a while to introduce Timmy and that landed him a hosting gig for the next day. You know, he talks about how some of his friends had helped him through this period, but how he was not even, the icebreaker for him was the fact that he just saw videos of his wife married to someone else without a prior knowledge about this. Of course, she had not been in the country for the past 4 years. She's been living all by herself somewhere and he's been sending money to her until 2025 when he stopped. And she got an apartment and subletted the part to a man. The same man he claimed she was having sexual intercourse with, and he wasn't she didn't tell him about it. And then eventually someone sent him a picture of his wife and the man, and then she's sitting on the man's leg, and he asked her what's up, and she just feels like she just kept playing all along. She didn't want to say, but eventually she got married without his knowledge. She had been married before for papers, of which they both knew. I think they agreed on that one. They both married for having the card at that time, green card at that time. And now, again, she's married again. It's like a 5th marriage. It's quite a lot. But we've not heard anything from Mayowa. I know that stories like this always have two sides of the coin. He has come to talk about how he has come with receipts, chats, evidence of everything that she had done, said to him. He even talked about how one time she came to Nigeria, he was very excited to be with her, went there with 2 cars to welcome his wife, and he couldn't even get a hug from his wife. Talk less about a kiss. They got back home, he couldn't even still sleep with her on the bed. He had to stay in the sitting room. Things like that. It was so much information, to be honest. But he was really pained. He was really terrified. His mental health was on. He was going through a lot, right? But we've not heard anything that Mayowa has to say. And we cannot really come into conclusion until we hear 2 sides of the story. But this also just makes me talk about men and their mental health, because there were comments about how, he shouldn't have come out to cry. Why is he crying like a baby? Why is he this? Why is it that? Men have emotions too. Men have emotions too, and they deserve to be listened to. Don't always jump into conclusion that, oh, he's a man, be a man. There's nothing like being a man. It's human. I mean, blood runs through that vein, and he has an ability and has the right to be heard. It is okay for men to cry. Don't judge men for crying. It's not really a big deal. If as a woman you can cry, as a man he can also cry. Even the Bible said, and Jesus wept. Allow men breathe. Don't suffocate them because they are crying. It doesn't make them weak. It doesn't make them less of themselves. It's just the fact that he has emotions, and it's okay for him to, express it whichever way he wants. There's been so much backlash about how, why are you talking about that? Why are you crying? Why did you go to a podcast and crying like a baby? I mean, Lai even made a video concerning that about how, if God forbid he ever finds himself in that situation, he will do media tour and he will write an ebook, and he just expressing how men's mental health matter. Speaking of men's mental health, I had an episode on Explained last week talking about mental health with young adults. If you've not seen that video, you need to go and watch it because it's very important. Men's mental health matter. People should give men some break. Let them breathe as well. So yeah, that's the story about Robbie, his wife. It's so pathetic because he went through a lot. He really tried to make it work, but from his side of the story, he tried his best, but then his best was not enough. Bear in mind, we've not heard anything from Maiwa. We don't know how it is. You don't know what thing was going on her part. We don't know whether it was an agreement. It's just been so much rift on the internet. But anyway, before we go, I'd like to read some of the comments that we had on social media about the story. So this comment says, she should come and do a new video and tell her own side of the story. I agree. Another person says, I want to hear her side of the story. A man that agreed with his wife to do arranged marriage to get green card deserves no pity. Now he knows how it feels to be deceived. Another person says, Karma will definitely visit her someday. That is sure. Another person says, the new man go think say he don't win jackpot. He is just the next on her list. He go soon learn new things. Snakes don't change. They only shed their skin. Wow. Another person says, while he's going on podcast to discuss his love life, his ex-partner has moved on with another man. Okay, but he's just sad. It's okay for him to share his opinion. Another person says, it is good that they have not started judging her yet after Robbie's video. I'm really holding myself not to talk about her because we have not heard her own side of the story. Like, Motife ma gbe shepe, but I just calm down first until then. There's another person says, wetin this guy see for this woman gangan? I don't know. Another person has said, this guy just gave this woman the popularity she doesn't deserve. Girl is feeling like a celebrity right now. I trust that new guy. He already knows his next move. See waiting groom and they cry for chai. You guys should not shade anybody. Sincerely, it's not him crying is not him being weak. It just shows how much human he is, how much he was pained. It's just normal. Men cry. It's okay for men to cry. It's not a big deal, actually. Right? And there's this other person that said, he's going to be her karma. Watch it. All of them will eventually get what they deserve. You don't break good people who genuinely love you and go free. The universe will always send your own punishment in a pure form. Okay, that was quite in-depth. Another person says, I know one thing for sure. This woman knows what she's doing. She's just living her life and playing her games as usual. That guy was a simp. He's seen it now. Robbie Echo really did fuck up. SMH. Okay, another person says, I will be there no matter what. You mistreated your husband and you think playing gospel music or kabashing will make God forgive you? Women mad though. Well, we shall see. And that person says, this lady does not care. Let her come and say her own side of the story. And then the last one that will be taken is, make the ex-husband no faint after saying this one. Oh, which ex-husband again is that? Oh, I think the video. Oh yeah, she uploaded a video of her dancing, and being alright. But you guys, sincerely, this is pathetic. And then this is a message to women out there. Love is supposed to be vulnerable. So if it doesn't work out anymore, it's okay for you to walk away. It's not good for you to break a man, break any other person. It's really sad. there's a woman power, yes, but that doesn't mean that you should misuse it. It's getting too frequent. It's really sad. This is such a pathetic story. No human being deserves to go through this. It is really sad. All right, guys, so that'll be all for Buzzing today. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think Bobby lied? Do you think the story, it looks too good to be true? Let me know what you think in the comment section, right? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My name is Regina, and I'll see you next time. Bye.